Okay, morning. It's Monday morning here on my way to work. I just thought I'd do my second video. This is actually a test for the GoPro 6 that I bought yesterday, GoPro 6 Black, and I just thought I'd do something relatively prosaic, which is just the trip to work as I negotiate over this big speed hump, which is one of the very few things that makes driving an i11 a little bit tricky. You just have to take them slowly. The front spoiler's quite low. You do scrape a little bit, but it's only a small sort of rubbery plastic piece underneath the car that seems to catch speed humps. But other than that, it's actually straightforward. So yeah, bought the GoPro 6 yesterday. I guess I'm learning about this filming process for YouTube, for my channel, and sort of building up my equipment base. I'm sort of coming off a low base. I don't have a lot of camera equipment, especially in the last few years, or a lot of years actually. Just been using a phone. So I've got an iPhone, which most people do, and then I've had a GoPro in the past, but it's been misplaced somewhere along the way, so I bought this GoPro 6 yesterday. And this camera, we'll soon see what the film is like, but so far it seems relatively easy. It's got some good features in terms of the screen on the back, touch screen capacity. I downloaded the app, so controlling and connecting through my phone was straightforward and seamless. So that was all good, and I'm hoping that the sound quality is reasonable. I haven't set up a mic today. I've just mounted the camera on my window. I bought some mounting equipment, like a suction cup mount, and then some adjustable pieces so that I could create this particular shot. And yeah, so I'm curious to see how it turns out. So yeah, this morning just making my way to work in Melbourne. It's just a nice sunny day. I've just dropped my little boy off at school, and yeah, I guess I've got 25-30 minutes ahead of me to actually get to work. I don't think I'll be talking for 30 minutes this morning for this film. Traffic seems pretty okay this morning, so yeah, I'll just relax and get myself to work in a reasonable way. So yeah, I might do a review of the GoPro 6 at a later date after I've had a bit of a play around with it. This morning's just the first go. This is only my second video to YouTube ever, so it's all kind of new territory for me. And yeah, I guess yeah, the other aspect of this is talking about the car. So even just going to work any day of the week and peak hour traffic, I enjoy driving to work. Closeted or cocooned in this space, it's always nice. And yeah, I usually have the radio going, and but today I'm obviously talking, and yeah, it's generally a relaxing trip, and I'm not doing any spirited driving. It's not fast for sure. I'm just on Toorak Road at the moment. I'll be heading on to Alexandra Parade and Punt Road, and they're pretty busy streets here in Melbourne. Traffic usually gets banked up, so it's kind of a crawl, but all the same, it's So as I was saying before, it's pretty easy driving an R11. The only thing that's a bit of an issue from time to time is sort of going into steepish ramps or crossovers with, you know, steep geometry, or some speed humps. I had a GT3 once, and that used to scrape on everything. That was really tricky, and that was before lift kits. That car, if I was buying a new GT3 now, I would definitely be getting a lift kit on that car. This Carrera's pretty decent with the clearances, but the front is relatively low. I think it must be lower than Carreras of the past. I had a 85 Carrera and a 996 at one time, and I don't remember sort of scraping spoilers on those cars, but maybe my memory just is failing me. But this car does scrape a little bit, but as I said, it's actually a piece of plastic, a kind of, I don't know if you'd call it a gurney flap, but a little spoiler piece right underneath the car, so it's not really visible, and it is just a sort of rubbery piece of plastic, which I'm sure if it, you know, got really damaged, you can easily swap it over, and I would doubt that it would be expensive. Sport mode on. I forgot to put it on. I usually drive with it on, even just going to work. It's kind of my default setting. I just like having the extra bit of sound from the exhaust, and it also gives the automatic blip on downshift, the rev matching. So yeah, even it's just a small thing. It's something that even on a sedate, mundane drive, it adds something little to the experience, which you know, makes it enjoyable. It's only a small thing, but yeah, I always turn it on. So yeah, it's a bit congested back there. It's one good thing about having a 911 with a bit of power. You can just push when you need to get through the traffic, and especially with these new Carreras with the turbocharged engine, the torque comes in really low, so the pickup's good. It's better than it used to be. You know, the journalists talk about the naturally aspirated engines and how, you know, the benefit of the power being all at the top end. So, you know, that makes plenty of sense when you're out driving on the weekend and you've got some speed and you've got some open road, and you can, you know, really, you know, get the engine in its sweet spot, and you know, it's basically on song. In that sort of instance, you know, in lots of ways, a 911 is at least on the base models, it's more of a momentum car, a bit, and even more so the Boxsters. So, you know, they don't have tons of power to sort of just pull you out of corners just by stomping your foot. You know, you need to have the revs up, you need to maintain your momentum, you need to be, you know, get that sort of flowing driving style happening. And I guess that's where, with the turbocharging, these models are now sort of more tractable. They've got the ability to pull at low revs, so you don't have to be in the power band, you know, at the top end of the revs, like at 5,500 RPM or 6,000 RPM. I'm sure that's roughly where the peak power is, but the torque coming in low sort of gives you that ability to you know, get moving quickly. And so in day-to-day driving, I find that you know, a good aspect of this particular engine. and which is quite different to the older cars.